What is up, everyone? Welcome, welcome. Ooh, the high CPU usage. Let's make sure we work that down. Let's do our annual shares, everyone, as we wait for the viewers to start hopping on. As they slowly but surely start trailing in. Thank you so much. If you are watching us play D&D, you are awesome. If you're not watching us play D, you're still awesome, just not as awesome. If you want to be super awesome, come on over to our Twitch at podcasters _ to check us out live. If you're listening to this via podcast format, which still thank you, but for real, get on over and watch us live. It is the best way to interact and catch the show and see the full personalities of our players in full. So please, if you haven't yet, head on over to our Twitch at podcasters _ as well as we are live on our Facebook and YouTube pages. But if you want to be the one to jump in and talk with everyone on stream, it is where it's at.
We got a viewer in the chat, Luminous Wolf. Holler at you. Thanks for tuning in.
What up, Luminous Wolf?
We don't know who Luminous Wolf is, but we got you.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're just going to give it another moment or so until we kick tonight off. Make sure to... We are doing our obligatory shares and spreading the word that if you haven't yet, you should be watching us. So, Luminous Wolf, if you get a friend to jump in, throw us a shout out, let us know, and you might just be getting a giveaway. So, let us know. Okay, we got 3 viewers so far over on Facebook. Thank you so much to those out there watching on Facebook. It's awesome. You guys are awesome. What up, Jeff? I see that you're jumping in. Thank you so much. Tony, I appreciate you're in the chat on Twitch as well.
Gotta throw those Twitch emojis in there.
Gotta throw them in there. Gotta throw them in there.
I don't know what they're called.
Thank you. All right. Well, guys, we're kicking this off and in. What is going on? Welcome back, everyone, the viewers. As you said, guys, start rolling in. Thank you so much for our podcast listeners. The numbers are growing, and honestly, if you want to help us out, please come on over, check us out live. Appreciate that you are listening to the show. It is really fun, and the players give it their all, but to really help us and so we can benefit from you as a viewer, come on in and jump in. Sunday night, we go live 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Podcasters _ on the Twitch, so please hit follow, like, and subscribe. Or you can just head on over to our Instagram or Facebook where we have our link tree link, and just follow all of us via our link tree. But first off, before we jump into tonight's session, I do want everyone to know, please, if you haven't yet, head on over to our sponsor over at DCT Industries. Camera got flipped there. At DCT Industries with Jeff over creating Kaimon. I actually was able to head on over and meet up with Jeff to play a few rounds of Kaimon myself. I'll tell you, I faced the Smug Whale and lost. He is a very smug whale indeed. Cool little squirt attack. But I'll tell you, after playing firsthand with Kaimon, the minis, for one, are very fun and creative, very reminiscent of almost a really cartoon, playful anime mon genre, very anime influenced indeed. But there was this unique characteristic individual feel to each of the Kaimon or monsters, and I can't wait to see them in full production, as well as now playing with them. Each monster has individual rules and little benefits to them, and as well a set of attacks that are all based off of a D6. And I've never played a game with a monster such as this, where you had to identify which attack you're going to use, and it only counts if you roll the D6 on that attacks level charge, and it really helps the game balance itself out from always being a hack and slash from what I could take from it for my playing experience. Generally, when you get a video game, easiest way to relate to, once you find out the monster's best move, you always hit it with the best move, or you just punch, special meter when it's charged up. But with the variety of attacks and the multiple monsters on the game board when you're playing Kaimon, it really throws an element of strategy that you can use to your advantage to stack the odds in an encounter. And thank you, Jeff, so much for the opportunity to play that. I'm hoping to have some footage of some actual gameplay, hopefully with me, Jeff, and Tony in the coming future as the summer approaches. So look forward to bringing that to you. Till then, please make sure to head on over to DCT Industries at DCT_Industries on Instagram. And Tony, I'm going to mess it up. It's DCTindustries.gaming.
Tabletop gaming.
Tabletop gaming. DCTindustries.tabletopgaming on Facebook. Make sure to head on over there, hit like, get the posts that have already been posted, followed, liked, and into your algorithm so that as more Kaimon drop, you're the first to know. And Ricky walked off, so before we start tonight's session, does anyone have anything fun they would like to share? Go, Mark.
It's not really fun, but on Wednesday, I will officially have my master's degree. I'm done.
Congratulations.
Yeah!
No more late nights after D&D, staying up, doing all the work I
Nice.
should have been doing instead of playing D&D. So that's
That's
awesome.
nice.
That's very nice.
That's nice.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Awesome, man.
Merc, we'll see how that master's degree affects Azoth and his development as a character.
Ooh.
We'll see what that does for your gameplay.
Big brain energy going.
No? You're like, yeah, I have a master's in, I don't know, but I'm also a level 7 druid.
Masters in beast hunting.
Yeah.
There you go.
But,
Beastmaster. Wait, that was already a thing, so.
well then, everyone, let's get into tonight's session as we dive back in the realm of Faybala with our players, the Faybala 5, having broken out and finally freed themselves of a treacherous dungeon crawl turned vampire ritual after flying to a caravan amongst the deserts in the direction of the Smoke-Top Mountains. You met a peacock bird Aarakocra individual named Rockadoodle and fled as the caravan had talks of hill giants and goblins following them. Finks, overhearing the plan to possibly use new arrivals as bait, got the party to just get out of Dodge. And you all left, flying off after Azoth cast a very nice smoke mist diversion, while you guys also stole wheels on the off of one of the carriages.
Borrowed. We replaced them with our wheels.
You traded.
Yeah, exactly. It was a swap.
It works
Secret
out.
trade.
Even exchange.
No. And after fleeing, you had heard said giants approaching to the caravan that you had left from. Crashing and attempting to take a rest, you had been ambushed in the middle of the night by a group of goblins, as well as 2 giants. Slaying them and leveling up, you guys have a cold, chilly desert night ahead of you. As Rockadoodle left, seeing the chaotic bunch of hooligans that you were, you see him trot off and then fly off the distance, possibly to never be seen again, or to be reoccurring. What are you guys doing?
Man, that's a weird relationship.
I was lopping off heads and kind of sticking them around the oasis, burning the sign of the moon into the goblin foreheads, just to send a message.
Okay.
Howard
Burning.
would have been going through the body of the giant.
Make an investigation check.
All right. 18.
You find rotten meat, raw meat, scraps of body limbs, hands, torn off, chunks of flesh, just tucked away in a pouch. You find in that pouch, along with the strands of just flesh and just whatever it was keeping and storing for later, 3 eyeballs, intact, wrapped in cheesecloth, and a pouch of 200 gold coins
Sweet.
with a bottle of wine. It's a dark, blued glass bottle, no label on it, cork, apparently corked in. Make a perception check.
Okay. 13.
Bottle is very dusted, so it must have been grabbed from storage. And the cork, you notice, from looking from the top, appears to be either blackened by the liquid inside that it's soaking up, or it has been kind of almost maybe drawn on and marked or painted black, but it almost looks like someone tried to like blacken the cork. It's like almost a coloration.
Okay. I'll put that in my bag. Remus, you might like these actually. I'm gonna toss him the pouch full of eyeballs, or the cheesecloth of eyeballs.
One of the eyeballs falls out of the cheesecloth, rolls over to you.
In
Why?
case you want to, I don't know, you want to swap them out or something. If you want to fake them with your, I don't know. You're the
No, I
one with
like
the eye
mine.
issues.
I have an
Okay.
eye patch. I can see through things. I'm okay. I don't.
Okay.
I'll inspect the eyeballs to see if there are any cool like magical ones. But if they're just regular eyeballs, I'm gonna.
Make an Arcana check.
All right.
This eyeball belonged to a wizard.
While he's doing that too, I'm just gonna divvy out the golds, 50 each.
Cool. Hey, Finks, can you
Yes.
see if Crack is Can you like kind of show him around, see if he's got any idea where we're at? Because he was down with the whole Smoke Mountain thing. See if
Yeah, let me dust him off. I'll go digging through my stuff and pull out Crack. Knock on a skull.
15 for Arcana.
These are eyeballs.
All right.
Nothing magical about them. They're actually a little slimy. Think Hercules, where they have that goopy, and you like kind of pull a piece of hair that's on the eyeball.
I will
2 brown
fold the
eyeballs,
cloth back up,
1 green.
packaging it back up.
Got it. 3 eyeballs. All right, you pull out Crack and kind of brush off his head, the skull's head. What you doing?
Does it wake up? Does he wake up?
You a little coughing noise.
I'm just gonna kind of like sit him down. I'm gonna take one of the goblins' bodies that got decapitated. I'm just gonna like prop him up on a rock and like put the skull on and just kind of have a sit down.
Okay.
What's been going on with you lately, Crack?
You see the skull just. Thanks. I been lost in thought, and you see the skull just ever slip. Make a perception check, actually.
All right,
With this, wait, you got dark vision?
I do.
All right. Make a perception check.
13.
You see the skull just slightly just look down, look up at you like, really? This is degrading, I'd say. But I've been lost in thought, thinking. I haven't seen that armor since I was alive. It was my battle armor. So
Right. I
someone's
don't think we can go back for it.
been to my home in the mountains. And I don't know who would do that to that.
Well, we need a way to get to the mountains. Can you take us there? And maybe we can find your village on the way.
Well, my village is up and hidden over, and you see him just kind of the guy. Make a perception check.
Okay.
The skull really can't move on his own. We'll see.
That's a 10.
Yeah, you see the skull just kind of over there in that direction. Just states to you, up the mountains.
I just pick a random direction. There?
A little bit to the right.
Okay, there.
Yes, there.
I'm going to kind of mentally make a note of any landmarks that I might see in that direction.
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, boy. Oh, 14.
Okay.
Okay.
You see the direction that you're pointing at, and it leads up. You see the mountains of the direction where you're pointing, and you see almost the mountain has a small break, and it's not as dangerous looking from afar. You're seeing massive mountain ranges in the distance that tower into the sky. And the direction of your hand pointing, it looks to be like almost a break of a passageway that you could cross and traverse through the mountains.
Okay.
To the mountains and to the north. Follow up the center of the spine of the ridge.
Correct. Let me ask you something. Your armor, was it truly one of a kind? Is there a way to recreate what you may have lost?
We could recreate it, but the enchantment was dangerous and powerful, blessed by Grumsh himself.
Okay. Well, we'll do what we can. We'll start heading that way. If I can get these non-believers to follow along, we'll see.
Please. I'd like to see what has become of the first city, where civilization began.
All right. I'll pop him off the goblin and throw him back in the bag.
Make a perception check.
Sure.
One last one as you go to place him in the bag. As you hear him
That's
mumble.
another 10.
As you go to put him in the bag, you hear just slight faint a beginning of a sentence or something. An offhanded comment. He goes, and you hear the word elf and friends. That's all you hear.
All right, I'll rip him right back out. I'm not friends with any elves. And I look at Azoth and just kind of like, well, one, but not many.
Oh.
And he only counts as half.
Well, I was just saying, before you put me away, I used to have a good friend that would take care of the armor for me and repair it. I wonder if he's still alive. Elves do live long.
Friends with an elf. You're full of surprises.
We were all friends back then. The races were one. We all
Brack, how
lived...
old are you?
Old.
All right.
Are you on? Do you want to make a persuasion check?
Sure. Oh, that's a natural one.
Like I said, I'm old.
I see. At least in his 50s. Okay. I put him away.
All
right. I'll call Azoth over and say, "Do you see that hole in the mountain right there?" I kind of circle it.
Yeah.
Crack says that way.
Okay. So it's where Crack wants to go. It's where you want to go. That's where we're looking for Remus's daddy's toys, somewhere up there, which are somehow intertwined with the knights that possibly Howard, like all three of you guys have some sort of connection to go to this mountain range.
Something tells me it's all connected.
Getting there. Okay.
At the very least, we can find some other, clue to where these weapons might be. Sounds like the people who have lived there are familiar with what we're looking for.
And now it's just a matter of getting there, which is
Not
about
gonna be.
how far away?
Make a survival check.
$16.
It's far. Probably going to be about. If you guys keep up at a quick pace, probably about 2 weeks travel.
Even with the chariot?
With the chariot, probably about a week. Don't know exactly how far away it is. You guys are looking across the horizon of a desert, and then you see the mountains in the distance. You do know that there is a forested land in between the desert, or I'm sorry, in between the desert and the mountains. And then who knows what else is in between there.
Wasn't there supposed to be a balloon or something? Weren't we trying to get somewhere around here too to take us there on a ship or something?
I think that was the plan before the Feywild happened.
Yeah, there was like an
that
airship,
right?
I think, at
Drak'Tara.
yeah, their main city. Yeah.
Yes.
Are we by it?
You guys are significantly south of it.
Because that could still be an option too.
Could still be an option. Is just gonna have to. You guys are gonna have to go north and then jackknife back to the mountains. You could be coming from the northern direction.
Can we tell like how far of a distance that is, or?
Yes. Hold on.
Or just knowing if there's a closer town that might have another way of getting us somewhere a little bit faster.
Yeah, give me a moment. Let me get my map up.
You said, wasn't there like another town somewhere nearby, or no?
I am
Caravan had to be going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
There is Felden to the northeast, and to the far northwest is Drak'Tara. So that would probably be about 3-week journey to get to Felden. Oh wait, hold on. If I'm looking at my map correctly. He's pointing at you relatively in a more eastern direction, Finks. About 2 weeks to get to the mountains, then who knows what's in between. 3 weeks to get to Felden, and you're looking at about a month or two journey to get up to Drak'Tara. Plus, you have to hopefully get across the water. If you're gonna try and fly with chariot, hope that it gets you across the water.
I'm not seeing it. Roughly, where is Drak'Tara on the map?
To the north, it's the island.
Oh, duh, right in front of me. That says Drak'Tara.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the one that says Drak'Tara. If you have the map.
Yeah. I'm looking for like a city, not the. Okay.
Nope.
I got it.
City is gonna be. I don't have the map of the cities on that. That's not pulled
No,
up yet.
that's okay.
But yeah.
Q.
So, what do you guys wish to do? What is the go-to plan?
I think we just need to get to the closest town in the shortest amount of time as possible. And then figure it out from there where we can either get supplies needed for our adventure or find somebody who can take us there. But I think finding a town with habitable people is our thing we should probably do.
I'm okay with this, but do we have a time limit? And I kind of turn to Remus.
I mean, we've how long were we underground for?
Yeah. Do we know how much time has passed?
Realistically, you guys had what, 3 long rests?
Sounds about right.
Something like that, yeah.
First, so pit with the fire gnass. You guys got through the fight with the mummies and the worm. rested after you in the one side chamber after the fight with the armor, because you got below. You guys got 4 long rests, I believe, 4 or 5. About a week, probably.
I mean, it's been a week already, at least, since we left, if not longer, because I don't really remember before the giant pit anymore. I know we were at the Oasis, but I don't know if we teleported there or how that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we might as well go for a town near the mountains. That way we're not just wasting time. I mean, there's not really a time limit, but I guess the sooner the better.
Yeah. Sooner the better. You proceed. You mean you would assume. But all right. So say you know what, Ricky, make an intelligence check.
How's Remus on those? He's okay. I got an 11.
I mean, you know your father expects them with haste, but understands that you have to first get to them. He's not unreasonable.
Yeah. I mean, I gave him the coins that were inside the soul battery. He wasn't happy about that still, so.
Just gave me an idea. Maybe we
What's
can make
up?
a battery for this chariot.
Out of what?
I don't know. Not souls, preferably, but
Like a spell battery?
yeah.
What would hold? That's out of my pay grade. I don't even know how I make these little daggers.
Yeah, and I only have 2 spell slots, so it can only take us so far.
So using
I really don't want.
Using the chariot all day will drain someone from spells.
Well,
I don't want to leave the chariot.
I could do it. It's no biggies, but I only got 2 slots, so.
Is it really all you have?
Yeah.
It is.
Crazy.
Oh. All right.
Doesn't it like cantrips?
Yeah, I can do cantrips. I don't know how far it goes on cantrips compared to like an actual spell slot, though. I don't think very far.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
It is roughly around probably midnight. By the way, it's nighttime.
Yeah, we're into our 3rd watch.
Yes,
that's right. We were in the middle of the watch. Okay. I mean, I could stay up for the rest of it if you all want to get some rest.
Why don't you try and figure out what these wheels do?
Could we cast fly on the cart? Is that a thing?
I can't do that.
Who knows?
I can't either.
I think it's a. Hold on, let me check.
Yeah, if we buckle down for the night, can you pour some of your knowledge into those wheels and see if they do anything? Maybe they magically roll. Well, we may not be able to fly. Maybe, I don't know.
I have fly, but I can only cast it on a creature. I can't cast it on an object, so I wouldn't be able to do it on the chariot.
Fair.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys doing for the night? The rest of the night? What's everyone doing? What's everyone up to? What's going on?
I'm going back to bed.
Back to bed.
As this happened on my watch.
Yep.
Fine, I can stay up for the rest and keep an eye out.
Okay. There we go. Make a perception check. And what are you doing for the rest? Are you going to be tinkering with the wheels, or are you just resting there? What's up?
A portion of it, I'm going to tinker with the wheels to see if I can get it to affect the chariot somehow, so that way we can use that power. Another portion of the night, I'm going to go back through where the giant was. I'm going to collect the meat slabs I'm gonna go through the little pond of water, and I'm going to collect the child's leg.
So messed up.
Yeah, I'm going to take the eyeballs back from Remus, just two. And I'm going to build my own little meat puppet humanoid figure, just laying down in the ground, and like just kind of form my own little version of a humanoid.
Okay. Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
For anatomy.
Hold on, intelligence. I think that's a 1. Yep. 6.
Okay. I mean, it's not the most anatomically great looking
Okay.
human, but you have a few small child limb arms with a part of the torso from from a goblin that had been ripped in half during the fight that you're now just discovering, and you find 2 human-sized legs. And what are you using for the head? You just gonna put one of the heads?
Yeah. I'm just gonna create like mismatched body, like the worst Frankenstein's version monster that you've ever seen.
As such, it is a mismatched, messed up Frankenstein's horror easily. Okay.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
All right.
What are you doing with the wheels then?
With the wheels, I'm going to, I guess, inspect it Arcana style, I guess. I don't know. And see if it's able to, like, first of all, is it magical enough to where I can use it to power the chariot, or try to figure out a way to get that going? If that makes sense.
Okay. Make an Arcana check then.
Okay. So perception was 9 overall.
Fair enough.
And Arcana, a lot better, 25.
Okay. As everyone else is quietly sleeping and unnoticing and unaware, as you're being extremely quiet, lost in thought, investigating and tampering with these wheels, being careful not to wake anyone, lost in the arcane dabblings that you are accustomed to, playing with intricate looking devices of runic carvings that come from a time or a place or lands that you're unaware of. Looking at these, there's something alien and strange about these runes and these carvings. They're nothing of sorts of the magic that you have ever come across. And as you sort of let your hands move up and around and trace the sigils, you see each of them start to glow faintly when your hands trace over them. This light, dull, pale, gray glow. Not really bright, but it's like a dull light comes from it. And as you let go over it, you see the light and the magic of it melt away and almost mist off the wheels as you begin to move them and spin them on one of the carts, having kind of seeing if what it would be to kind of activate them of sorts. As the wheels spin, you notice that this magic falls off of it at a greater rate. As you're kind of touching it and moving, tracing your fingers over it, it's just almost kind of like revving up an engine of sorts. There's almost a magic that is ready to be untapped, and the wheels need a push.
Okay. So then I'll wait until everybody wakes up to let them know that.
Everyone wakes up.
But in the meantime, before that, I'm going to go back to my little meat puppet figure laying in the sand, all mismatched. And in the chest area, I'm just going to carve the symbol, the yellow symbol.
Okay.
And I'm going to look through my book. I'm going to look up at the moon. And I'm going to cast Raise Dead even though Howard doesn't know Castray's dead. I just wanted to see your face. But he's going to imagine in his head that he is putting together this creature so that way in the future, at some point, if the Yellow King sees it as an offering or as something he wants to raise himself, that's up to the Yellow King. But Howard is marking his own like meat puppet for the king.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. Ooh, 23.
Okay. It's around 4 a.m., we'll say, in the morning. And you've been working hard at this meat puppet while everyone has been resting and slowly starting to rise. No one really self-aware. And with the final blessing, as you look up to the sky to show a sign of tribute, you see these tentacles, black, slither out from the sand, wrapping the meat puppet and just sink it into the depths of the sand.
Okay, that's it.
You all start to wake up feeling this rumble. Subtle, not as drastic as a full tremors, like sandworm rolling through the ground. But you all get stirred awake in the early hours of the morning. It's still cool. The sun is yet to rise. It's morning. Remus and Azoth and Finks, make perception checks for me, please. Danny, roll a d20.
11.
I rolled 13.
Come on, Remus with a 12. Let's get it straight.
I got an 18. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I blew the straight.
Is there a bonus? Like,
Coming off of the wheels, Remus, you see this persistent mist-like effect, just dry icing, just water falling off of the wheels and cascading over the sand, and it's just slightly like a small film on the ground coated around the party, around the entire area. Azoth, what was your perception? Okay. What's up, Remus?
So, Howard, did you touch the wheels?
Oh, yes. I think we have to kind of like get it going, but I think if like we can rev it up and get it to move, it will work in our favor. I'm not exactly sure.
It did something to the ground, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I know it was like some kind of weird magic, whatever, as I was messing around with it. But yeah, I think if we can just tap into it or get it going and somehow it should be able to just keep going for us.
all right. Can I want to see if that's still the case, if maybe something can happen. Maybe cast Thorn Whip on the wheel, kind of like a top, to yank it and try and like really get it going, kind of like when you wrap a rope up.
Make a strength check. Add your proficiency modifier to it.
16.
Okay. You pull out your thorn whip, crack it at the wheel, and as the whip wraps around one of the rungs on it, you pull on it, and as it rips, you hear the wheels go as it spins. As it spins faster, there's this mist that starts to pool off of it at a greater rate, coating the ground around you now, coming up a few more inches. Do it again.
Let me get inside.
You get inside.
I'll do it again.
Do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You get in. You get inside the chariot. What are you doing with it, Finks?
Just holding on and hoping I don't, let this thing go driving by itself.
Okay, make a wisdom check. As you get on the chariot, and Azoth grabs the wheels, and now with you holding onto it, rips from the thorn whip again. Make another strength check for me, too.
21 wisdom.
18, 21 wisdom. As you hold onto it, the reins magically come to life in your arms as they feel the wheels beginning to spin. There's a weird tingling sensation from your arms, though. It didn't have the previous push and drive as it did when you were first flying. With these new wheels now being spun, there feels to be almost a darkness to it. There's something off, and you feel something happening and something begun and in motion. As you turn around to look around, you see the mist start to billow off and cascade down now, turning into a thicker mist like environment around the entire party, now coming up, break just barely over your top of your head as your vision is now at disadvantage for perception checks.
Okay.
Thanks.
We should probably get in or on the cart, guys.
I get in the cart.
All right. Should I give it one more crank from the cart? I can wrap it down and
Howard does too.
go up. Yes, no?
You tell me. Okay.
Go for it.
Nat 20. Plus 3.
As you see the wheel starting to spin and grind into the sand, it's waiting for a motion to be able to start to catch traction. And as you run up and hop into the chariot, Azoth, you give it the back kind of a little slap to kind of kick it out of the sand. And as it gets moving forward, thinks your hands can't be pulled off. And it's almost as if the chariot is now alive and driving you. There's now mist billowing out of this chariot, coming out from the seat where you're all sitting, and it's rising up to the height of the chariot, to your guys' shoulders, and it's extending out 20 feet, 30 feet around the chariot. You are unable to see. You hear the as the wheel is grinding through the sound of sand, and then there's almost a as it almost sounds as if it is on a road or a ground of sorts. Almost a as the wheels start turning, there's now a as it is you feel the bumps of a hard, thick road.
That's what she said.
And it's disdainfully different from the sound of sand, and even the lurching motions in the chariot being pulled and being pushed. It doesn't feel lopsided and heaving over dunes of sand. This is very much, you guys are on a path now.
Ooh.
And the mist is thick all around you. What are you doing? The chariot is going at an accelerator, just kind of pulling you forward.
I'm going to give it like a whoosh.
Whoosh.
The horses.
Picks up a little bit of speed.
And I'm just going to hold him there. I can't see.
I just have a vision in your mind. Think about it. Think about where you want to go.
All right. I think about just going forward.
Going forward. Okay. What's everyone else doing as you are it's near blinded by the mist thickening around you?
Gonna look over the side, holding on to make sure I don't fall over.
Okay.
But just looking over the side. Are we on the ground or no?
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. Ooh, 19.
Looking over at the ground at the side, because you've rolled so high, you see the ground is now this dark brown padded earth of dirt with tufts of grass and broken limbs. And you're on a dirt path. And looking just beyond your vision, you swear you see a raven. You heard a raven. And you see trees stretching out, almost reaching and grabbing at you in a way. from beyond the mist.
Did we get to the forest already? I say to the rest of the party.
Oh, these are really fast.
Yeah. That's right. We should be at what? Felden in no time, right?
You all hear another raven. You guys are traveling on a trail. You hear you hear birds. I'll say Azoth, beat a druid, make a wisdom check if you wish to.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Perception, make it even
Perception. Better. Yeah, let's go for this. Let's go for a. I can't math. 15.
You hear howling in the distance. You hear wolves, multiple packs, far off, and looking beyond the mist. It begins...
I'm gonna howl back. I'll howl back.
Okay, make a performance check.
Okay. Let's see here. Where's my sheet? So here.
What up, Black Rock Joe? Thank you so much for joining in. Greatly appreciate the shares and follows.
2.
I mean, you all hear the sound of a dying wolf coming from beyond the chariots. Yeah. But Azoth, you do see beyond the mist now as it is beginning to fade away. Your land has changed, and you are all not in a forest. Turning around behind you, it is a forested, mountainous region that you're on, that you've arrived at. By some ways, seeing knotted tree roots coming up from the pathway that the chariot is now pushing on. The film of mist has stopped falling from the wheels, and the mist now has coalesced at the edges of the tree line on the path that you guys are riding on now, being pulled upon this chariot. Pathway is roughly 10 feet wide, and the trees bend and curl up and around it and over, very ominously. Sleepy Hollow tree lines.
Is the chariot still going on its own, just not at the rapid rate of speed, or it's just kind of like...
Make an insight check. Thanks. You can make one as well.
25.
11.
There's a... as a chariot, you notice, comes to a slow halt. Okay. As it slows down. With that insight, Finks, what you do start to see is that the reins that you're holding on to begin to decay and wither away, as if rapidly aging.
All right, I'm gonna kind of like put them back, like I didn't just break these; they were just like that.
As you let go of them and kind of just place them on the wood paneling in front of you, you see the wood is now looking brittle, rapidly age. You all hear almost as the sounds of settling structures as the chariot, looking at it now, doesn't have this regal, magical appearance, but has
any of us rapidly aging and getting old and creaky.
Make perception checks.
18.
You don't appear to be. You see there are these thick wooded forest on your left and right, Knotted tree roots curl up from the ground. As you peer into the forest and the woods, you swear you see eyes looking back at you and looking up at the sky. As it is daylight, it's heavy overcast, as the sun is not in sight. What are you doing?
I'm gonna take out my map and try and find a landmark.
Make a perception check and a history check. And I'll let you throw a nature check in place of history.
13 and then 17 for history.
This map does not reflect the woods that you were expecting to traverse through to reach Felden.
All right.
You do notice, looking around, that this place has a darker presence to it. And there's a small part within your chest, just kind of that gut-wrenching part of your stomach, that's not safe here. Looking around, you see black pools of water in the ground that stand like dark mirrors around this muddy roadway. The giant trees loom on both sides of the roads, their branches clawing at the mist. What are you guys doing? You're in the middle of a road with a broken down chariot or a withering chariot. Decisions.
Are the wheels decaying as well?
Make a perception check. As you hop out of the chariot.
No, that's a 1.
Can't really tell. They look to be old wheels, but they kind of were old when you first put them on the chariot. What's everyone up to? You hear the far in the distance ahead of you.
Are there any tracks or signs of people? I mean, are we on like a road? Is this
is a road.
Traveled?
This appears to be a traveled road. Make a survival check.
Street signs.
Make a survival check.
17.
You see the road is traveled. There are multiple paths and hoof prints and cart paths that have traveled up and down here. And you appear to be off to the side of the road. You're not in the dead center of it.
Does either particular way seem to go uphill or downhill?
Turning around behind you, the road you're on is elevated. There is no shift in elevation. But you see behind you a thick wall of mist about 30 yards back.
So Remus, as he realizes all this stuff is withering, is just muttering to himself, not feverishly, but like frustrated. And he's going to ask if we should just go back through the mist, because that's how the Feywild kind of worked.
Do you think we're back in the dark Feywild, maybe?
I don't know. I don't think that my body can tell anymore if we switch planes or not.
I don't know.
Oh, I've got I remember I was like, oh yeah. I didn't tell you guys this, but remember when we were in the Feywild and the archer elf came and he was like, pew, pew, and he helped us out? He gave me a map of the Feywild. So can I analyze the map and see if we're back there again somehow?
Yeah, make a wisdom check and a nature check.
All right, so we'll do a wisdom check of 12 and a nature check of 14.
This land really doesn't match up to the Feywild. From what you can see at first glance, you see there are forests on the Feywild map that you had been given. Perhaps, but you're not really familiar with the Feywild, and you don't really know where you are exactly. So if you were on this map, you don't know where you would be. There's no way to be able to tell this.
Well, let's go check out the mist.
Like where we came from, or
Yeah.
Okay.
it's okay.
All right. So as you walk back 30 yards to the mist, you will just walk straight into it, or do you walk up to it? What are you doing?
Walk up to it first. If there's like a wall of mist.
It looks to be very wallish, as it just stops at a specific point on the road, and looking beyond it, you really can't see into it. It just has a really thick blanket-like quality that if something was in the mist, there's a good chance you may not even be aware of it unless it was in front of your face. Make a perception check.
6.
17.
Okay. 6, you don't see anything, Finks. If anything, you see another goblin. Shadow of one. A small goblin, maybe a child, running off, kind of turns around and looks at you. Just the silhouette, shadow, shape of one. Kind of go, ah, runs off further off into the mist. Come and find me. You hear this noise just echo out from the mist to you, Finks.
Okay.
Remus, you see a darker shadowed figure, possibly a goblin, but you're more distracted by the mist itself in your peripherals as it almost reaches out in claws and grabs at you. You just kind of move off to the side. As you look further at the mist, there are little pockets of red pairs of eyes that blink in and out, watching.
I think we should back up from the mist, Finks.
No, I think there's someone in there. Maybe they can help us.
Yeah, I think there's more than one someone in there, and I don't think they're trying to help.
Come on.
But it sounds fun.
We've never seen another
but
goblin before.
you know that's a bad red flag right there, Finks.
Yeah, but I don't know. The turtle man didn't come near me. He seemed fine.
Yeah, the turtle man also tried to kill you multiple times. Not one, multiple. What? Here, let me phrase it this way. Let's let them come to us. Let's stay out here outside of their mist.
Never thought about that.
I just yell out, "What do you think of the moon?"
You hear Finks. What did we think? Huh? Make a perception check.
Ooh, that'd be good. 22.
You see the shadowed figure kind of lifts its head, and as it lifts its head, you see a mushroom-shaped crown in its head. Look what we've got, ha! And runs off into the mist.
I'm gonna take that as a challenge.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna cast the Toll of the Dead at the shadow.
Okay. So you pull out your shield and smash on it. There's a radiant echo of sound that kind of comes off of your shield, and you can almost see it as the wave of energy hits the mist. It begins to push through and gets pushed back at you.
Okay, I don't like this.
I would like. How do Finks's eyes look right now in this? Are they still like the red moon, like before we left, or?
Good.
His eyes have gone back to that normal quarter phase appearance. No more red. The red had left when the ritual had ended.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like a certain phase that was like that specific day, 300 years, once every 300 years.
No.
Okay. God. Well, we can't go this way, and we're on a road. So I suppose Remus is just kind of upset that he thinks they have to get rid of this cart now because he's like, man, we could have made some dollars selling this cart whenever we got somewhere. No one has a flying cart anymore, and now it's just decaying.
It's an antique.
We should hide
People
it.
like antiques.
You wish to hide it?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you hiding it? Where are you hiding it? What are you doing to hide it?
I don't know, looking for a spot in the woods, I guess. Just kind of at least get it off the road.
Okay.
Pull it to the side of the path and cover it with leaves and sticks.
Yeah.
Push it in the mist.
Classic.
Do you want to push it into the mist?
Oh, then we can't go back in
No.
the mist.
No.
Isn't there like a tree line? Is there mist like everywhere?
There's a tree line, 2.5 feet or so off of the road, and you can get a little bit into the tree line, but easily 5 to 10 feet into it, and it waits as it kind of the mist almost kind of creeps around, creeps within the tree line. It's not like a straight solid line moving, and you can possibly push the cart off to the side.
Well, we don't want to mess with traffic, so we should at least get it off the road. But
Okay.
I'd like someone to not steal it, or if we find a way to restore it.
Okay. Who's gonna push it off the road? Please make a strength check.
Push.
I'll help.
Ah, 0. I'm helping.
17.
Howard, as you get up to the cart, Finks kind of tells you and points to you where to push it off, and finding a nice spot off the road, you begin to push the chariot off the beaten path that you have found yourself on, and as you put the chariot 2 feet off the road and bit into the woods, you notice out of the corner of your eye a crown lying off in the mist.
Does it look familiar?
Make a history check.
That is. Hold on.
Azoth, roll a d20 for me.
History. 7.
Okay. It looks to be a golden looking crown. 10. All right, cool. It is a golden looking crown that has the cliche king appearance of the arches around it. There are some amber jewels that set in it. It's in just beyond your reach within the mist.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna finish helping Finks with the chariot first.
All right. How are you guys covering the chariot up? Are you hiding it with anything? What are you doing to disguise it?
Are there any like down trees, anything like that? We can kind of put it behind.
There's a down tree that you can find. You roll it behind.
And do that. Cover up some leaves.
Make a stealth check on your ability of hiding it. Say with advantage because Howard's helping you over there.
Okay, good. 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks fairly hidden. You all see and find a nice marker on the side of the road and fix a mental point for where it is. What are you all doing? You're on the road? Doing anything with the crown?
So there's a crown over there.
Where? It's mine. I saw it first.
It is 10 feet into the
I heard him.
mist. So you see the shape of it, but you're going to have to walk through the mist to obtain said crown.
Do you want to go for it? I can watch you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it. Slowly.
You creep into the mist. The air is tight and thick here. It's a little harder to breathe. Make a constitution check.
Okay. 12.
Okay. Not bad at the moment. There's a bit of a cough as you feel your chest slightly tighten as you breathe. You're about 5 feet from the crown.
All right.
It's just beyond your reach.
Can I try to like take out like my mace and kind of like put the crown on it and scoop it?
You probably have to go another 5 feet or so to get up to it. It's beyond your reach. Are you going out
Yeah,
far
let's
to
do
it?
it.
Okay.
That's the plan then. Let's do that.
All right. As you walk off to it, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
14.
All right. You feel as you scoop up and grab this crown, turn around to look at everyone else. You all see Finks just staring at you, holding his mace. As the crown that you thought he scooped up fades away into the mist. And what you do see is the mist, as you breathe in, kind of enters into your chest and lungs, Finks, and as you try to push it out, you feel that there's a tightness, and it's almost as if you're trying to breathe and cough, and you can't. It's as if almost this mist is poisonous. You feel your strength weaken, and you suffer a point of exhaustion.
Ooh.
While you're standing in the mist.
All right, I'll try and make my way back if I can move still.
Pushing through it, it's a little tougher. You coughing a little bit, holding your breath where you can, and you break from the edge of the mist, unharmed from any other effects for the moment.
Wasn't even a crown. Wasn't even a hat. It was nothing.
Oh, that's a shame. I could have used it.
I don't recommend going in there. Unless you see another crown, but even then.
Oh, I think I see one over there.
I'll turn around for it.
Why don't I just use my mage hand this time?
Turn around.
Crowns are heavy.
Make a perception check. Make a deception check for me, Howard. Little chaotic asshole.
11.
All right. I mean, it may be a crown, may not be. Finks, turn around and look. You don't see a crown. Remus, you turn around and look. No crown. Azoth, your necklace is cold and unvibrating. What are you doing?
Fog's just behind us, and it's not off on the sides because that's where the cart went.
It's on the side of where the forest is. It's you only can go about 5 feet into the forest on both sides. Behind you is a solid wall of fog, and further into the forest on either side is going to be more fog and more mist.
There's pretty much only one straight direction that we can go that there's no fog.
That'd be correct.
That's the way we need to go.
Fair enough.
I say, that's the way we need to go. And I'll just start walking that way.
Okay. You begin walking. Anyone else following him? Who's taking point? Who's looking for what? What are you all doing as you begin trekking?
Follow Azoth. I'm not looking at the woods on either side. And I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to get back to that mountain after climbing out of a giant pit and fighting mummies to get those sentient weapons because my dad hates me.
Father's Day's coming up soon, guys. That's all we're saying.
If I'm invited.
All right. I need Azoth to make a survival check as you begin walking down the path. This is a muddy dirt road. There are pools of black water periodically along the path.
18.
18. Okay. You make pretty good time tracking on the road. You guys fall into a nice groove, following one another. There are a few moments that you hear in the far distance, but then there's quick follow-up of ravens. That you look up and you see one just crook its head, staring at you. Flies up.
I'll yell to the bird, which way do we need to go?
It flies in the path that you guys are headed.
Just follow the bird. I got a thing with animals, guys. Like, bird's the
So I
word.
should.
Bird is the word. Let's go.
Bird
Nice
is the
degree
word.
in bird law. I like it.
Okay. You guys travel for the next 4-5 hours on this muddy road. It is midday, you guys think, and your legs are starting to feel tired as you approach a massive stone gate that blocks the path moving forward. You see that there are enormous 100-foot doors that are closed shut, and on either side are 120-foot tall, massive stone statues of soldiers, clad in armor, holding their sword down with a broken head off of each statue.
Any type of writing or?
This is far off from you guys are far off in the distance. You see this tower ahead of you. Not far off. You guys are 100 yards off. You can see this blocking your path, and you see that this gate comes out of both sides of the misty forest, of the woods. As you approach, the doors as you hear them creak open and break apart as your party approaches to it.
Oh, so the gate opened up by itself?
Oh, it opened up by itself.
Oh, I look at Howard. I say, Howard, put your mask back on. See if anything happens.
Sure.
Mask back on?
Mm-hmm.
What mask are you putting back on? Which one?
The blood mask.
Blood mask? Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay. Nah.
Still broke?
Still broken. Still not working.
Okay. All right. The giant gate doors broken open for you. What you doing?
Is there any kind of
Finally.
symbol or anything on the doors? Or
Sigil.
any kind of markings?
They are a wooden lumber beams that appear to have been cut from tall standing trees and are smeared with bloody red stains. There are no real markings. Make a perception check, per se.
Ooh, frick.
You don't know what they say if there were any.
It's okay. I'm going to take out my rusty, crappy dagger. I'm just going to carve into the side of the door. YK was WUZ here with a backwards E.
Okay. Um, it takes a little bit. It takes a better part of 5 minutes or so to carve it in nicely, as this wood is thick and heavy, and as you kind of chisel into it, it splinters a bit, but sufficient enough. You mark the door.
Good.
Oh, this reminds me of home.
A little bit.
I wonder how our black pudding's doing.
Probably hungry. I don't think we fed it since I don't know how long we've been gone now. I wonder if this place has its own black pudding.
We'll see.
Hmm.
We'll see.
Walking forward through the gates, you all step into and see that these towering trees, whose tops are lost in the heavy gray mist, block out all but a death gray light. The tree trunks are naturally close to one another, and the woods have the silence of a forgotten grave, yet exude the feeling of an unvoiced scream. Very ominous tension you all get. It's definitely not Kansas, folks.
So let's see who's home.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Pushing forward. We said we wanted to find a place. We found a place. Let's.
Before
We
we
did.
cross the threshold, though, I want to cast Guidance on myself, and I also want to cast Blessing of the Trickster on Howard for stealth checks.
Okay.
Ooh. Is that advantage on stealth?
Yes.
Okay.
All
For the
right.
next hour.
I believe. Let me just do a quick scope of all of your sheets real quick. Give me passive perceptions offhand.
Hold on.
Believe it's going to be Azoth.
13.
14 for me.
Passive perception 16.
Okay, Azoth, you catch the smell, the faint smell of death in the air, as you hear the bzz, 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 bzz. And looking up the road, you see that there is a corpse laying just beyond the full view up the road.
I'll go investigate it.
You find a human half buried in the underbrush, about 15 feet up and off the side path, just on the far edge. He looks to be appeared to be have been attacked and slashed by claws, and around him there are muddy paw prints.
Are they animal prints I would recognize from either my time as a druid or it being in a wild shape?
Make a nature check.
16.
These appear to be large wolf prints. A little bit different than the standard wolf print. About the size of dire wolves. But there's something off about them. Looking around next to two of the prints, you see there appears to be almost human foot-shaped prints. But at the toes of them, there are these claw prints ground into the mud as well.
Anything worthwhile on this body?
Make an investigation check.
20. None that.
You find it tucked in his pouch, on his person, underneath one of his layers of shirts. There is a letter that has a large B stamped on the wax seal. The parchment is worn and flimsy.
It's still sealed?
Yes. But like as you pull it
I
out,
wonder-
it's like a single parchment.
I carefully want to unroll it and read it if it's flimsy. I don't want it to like deteriorate. I want to like see if I can see what it is.
You break the seal and crack it on it, and as it flips open, it reads. Give me a moment.
Welcome to DCT Industries, where all your dreams come true.
Oh,
There you go.
Are you looking? Are you ready? I'll shut up.
No, you're fine. Hail thee of might and valor. I, the Burgomaster Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Koliana, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. How my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead, and oh my god, this is written in like hardcore like cursive. Give me a moment. This is like written like straight up. Hold on.
Guys, it's kind of dark. I'm trying to figure this out, but so far it looks like Burger King is fighting Dracula and he can't beat him, and his daughter is in danger, and we might get like free Whoppers for life if we can kill this dude.
Hold on.
He's upset they're not extra wear whoppers. I understand.
Yeah. I'm trying. I mean, it's dark and it's hard, but that's the gist that I got.
Hold on. What is it?
Thanks. Can you give him a light goblin to help him out?
no, I don't know how to do that anymore.
Really?
I didn't realize you couldn't switch cantrips around. Like you
Oh.
can, but you can do it once when you level up. And light goblins are on the. I really need them.
Moment. Hold on.
Power's
No.
been shut off.
I'll draw them all.
This language scripture review is brought to you by DCT Industries, where you too can learn how to read a 6-sided die to play attacks with Kaimon. Choose to be a giant whale slugopotamus and roll a nat 2 for Squibbledop. It's the attack which it flops on you and smothers you to death with barnacles.
And it has a very smug look on its face.
Very
Bye
smart.
now.
If you're paying attention, please write that down.
Now, so it says, Hail to thee of might and valor. I, a lonely servant of Barovia, send honor to thee. We plead for thy so desperately needed assistance. The love of my life, Irina Koliana, has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our village cannot protect her. She languishes... Oh, wait.
Sorry, guys. The clouds.
Here. Yeah. All right. As you now see the letter properly, it reads, I, the Burgomaster Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Koliana, has been, these past nights, bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. Now, my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power, that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our grave, and save the world from this evil fate of ours. This is much wealth, and there is much wealth entrapped in the community. Return for your reward after we all departed for a better life. And it's signed Kolian Indirovich, Burgomaster. I will send that to you.
See, Master of the Burgers, guys. And check it out. We're like holy dudes. We've got the queens. You guys got your kings. Remus has got, Satan. Hail Satan. I mean, we're pretty much this is for us. Who knows?
Can I see the letter?
Yeah, I'll hand it to Finks.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it back up. Actually, first I'm gonna check on the back for any cool puzzles or. mazes that we can complete.
Make a perception check.
Goonies style?
Yeah.
Goonies never say die, guys. Okay. What's your perception check?
7. Oh wait, hold on. Disadvantage. Might be worse. All right, 7.
7. There's nothing on them. There's no marking. There's smears of blood, and you could see where the imprint of where the wax seal had almost pressed down and heated up the back part of the parchment.
Can I use mending to like seal it again?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
I'll just do like the quick like.
As the wax melts and kind of re-adheres to the parchment.
And I'll give it back to Azoth.
Because magic is magic, it works.
Just in case we weren't supposed to see that.
Oh, okay. Now I'll put it in my pouch with my other stuff.
Okay. So, there's a dead body laying in the ground.
So, we're going to turn to Azoth. Is that, according to that letter, is that Colin Burger King's daughter laying in the ground there?
No, I think this was somebody who was on a quest to deliver this parchment that we just read to somebody, or...
Yeah.
I think he was the delivery, because obviously it was still sealed.
Well, if the devil is running this land, do you think it's... I'm going to turn to Remus, your dad?
I mean, we're above ground, so...
Maybe not, then.
I also only met that guy like a couple weeks, maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
We got the house. You guys were there.
Yeah.
Do any of those names ring a bell to any of us?
Yeah.
Howard?
I think I've heard of the Burgermeister.
Remus, make a history check. Not Howard.
I'm pretty sure he had a shop next to Pages and served awesome mutton. So...
Wasn't that like a character in that Rudolph movie?
Yeah, totally was.
Remus, what's the history check?
History check is going to be... It's rolling on my phone. It's a 7. He makes burgers. He's a meister.
You faintly remember the name and the term Barovia mentioned almost seems like a year ago in a similar letter that someone had read.
Howard.
Yeah.
Howard? Where? Oh, there you are.
Yes.
Mist. Mist is very not even here, but I blame Mist for my unawareness. Where you remember that first time we came here on the ship?
Yeah.
And there was the weird Dracula thing?
Yeah.
Was there a letter in that guy's pocket too? I still have the weird coins.
I don't remember a letter. I just remember the coins.
I don't
Actually,
remember
now
if
that
it
you
was
say it, I think I do
or-
remember a weird castle-looking thing.
There was you and the short guy that talked to his own spear, and the guy that sounded aggressive all the time.
I
He
whispered
said made a bunch.
Although these guys have been everywhere.
I don't
I think they're
remember
talking
them.
about us.
Yeah.
He said mate, I think. It was before we partied with those. Were they goblins? They were short people too. There was like a village. We drank with the leader.
Howard, make
How?
a
Yeah, would
wisdom
Howard
check.
remember that?
Make a wisdom
Alright.
check.
I don't think so, out of character. But
Only one way to find out for Remus.
Straight wisdom, 17.
There's a thudding resemblance of a memory, almost like a dream. But as you begin to concentrate and focus on it, you feel a piercing. It feels as if almost a hot knife is being pushed into your forehead as you try to think about it. And
Ah, dang it, Remus. I think one of your daggers. Kinda, but not. I don't know.
You remember the one guy who was like super short and he was like, "Oh, I'm a giant rock man now. My spear talks to me." Yeah, me either. Remus just looks like concerned to the side real quick. He's like, "I know I'm not making this all up, but no one remembers the 60 just
Howard's
all the
just
different
gaslighting you so
places.
hard.
Yep.
He could be.
No,
I don't know.
I remember traveling around. I just don't remember that person that you speak of.
I'll look over at Remus. I was like, "You still got those coins?"
Yes.
How
And
many
I
you
pull
got?
one out. I don't believe I had many. Probably like a handful, so 5 or 10.
Can I have 2?
Yes.
All right. So
Yes, you may.
I'll take the coins out and I'll put them on the eyes of the dead dude.
Okay.
Thank him for the letter.
Okay. You see, as you lean over and place the coins on him, there's a pouch to his side.
Okay.
You hear the sound of coins as you pick up the pouch. There's also the
Okay.
sound of glass.
I'll hand it to Remus. I said, "Money's your thing."
Oh boy.
Open the pouch. 25 coins. Very familiar to the one that you just handed Azoth.
I'll put them in my pack.
It's like a slot machine.
All right. As you do open the pack, you see that there is a red vial with a Red Bull stamped wax seal over the top of it.
Oh, I know what this is. It's Rojo Toro. I've had this before.
Oh, look, sugar free. All right.
Oh man.
Okay.
Actually, can I do? I don't know if it'd be an Arcana or a medicine check, but would that Rojo Toro be able to negate the effects of Finks's mist?
The exhaustion.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Could I do like a medicine check? Or...
from I'll let you do either or. It could be either way.
Let us see. Come on. Oh. They're both not good. Ooh, all right. Arcana 19?
Using your arcane eye that kind of glows underneath your eye patch that I always forget that you do have. I feel like you need to start wearing an eye patch just to
I'll
remind
find
everyone.
one.
Develop eye problems because you have to wear an eye patch on Sunday nights. Move forward. As you look at it and start peering into it, you see the healing properties that you are familiar with, and there doesn't appear to be any greater restorative properties, and you do remember this being more spell effect based, such as the flight or haste spells.
I will save my Rojo Toro for later.
Okay. So, what is everyone doing? You all hear.
Oh!
A little closer now. Start to hear growling coming from the trees to your left. 50 yards off.
Are there any structures close by us? Did you say other than the gates and the?
There's no structures in your immediate vicinity. It'll take some travel to move forward. Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with just going on.
Yep, we'll push forward.
You guys begin to push on, moving forward.
Keeping an eye out for anything that might be stalking us too.
Make a perception check. And who wants to lead the trek forward?
I'll lead.
I make a survival check for me too. What's your perception?
18.
18? Good enough. What's survival at?
18.
Okay.
Nice.
You fall into a nice groove, pushing your way, hastily walking and trekking the remainder evening, getting out of the forest in the woods. Pushing forward, you see the forest breaks on both sides to overlook a rolling hills of just dead fields of grass that looks dried out and longing for rain, but just being held to life by the bare minimum of nutrition. You see Howard following you to the left and right now. These pairs of eyes that begin stalking as you all make your way through the woods. Not aggressively attacking, but persistent in following, making sure as if almost leading you out of the woods. As you all hear the yipes to a couple of the wolf animals, Azoth, that you'd be picking up on. Howard, with an 18, there appears to be a humanoid figure watching from the mists in the corners of the woods behind you as you all do break the tree line. Has a proper posture with a devilish smile, and all you can see are these beady eyes that glow red in the mist. There's a faint flow of a cape behind the figure as they stand. Male figure, I'll say, distinct, that does stand and watch, silhouetted, with you unable to ascertain the features on them. Who is the last one in the trail? Is it you, Howard? Or is there someone behind you?
Probably be like third.
Who's behind
You'll be
Howard?
last.
You're last?
I'll be last. Yeah.
You turn around too, looking at the direction where Howard could be seen staring at. And there's just mist. Howard, you blink, and the figure's gone.
Don't be alarmed, but we're being hunted.
Are we always?
Oh,
usually.
boy.
Thanks to screaming. internally.
Missed.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys begin traveling on this road, it is a well-traversed path that still is knotted with roots coming up and around it on either sides. There are rocks and little stones sprinkled throughout it. To your left, you see a river that flows around a few little pockets of land. As the elevation of the ground begins to dip and pan out, you can see a village, it appears to be, in the distance. Surrounding the village, there is a structured wall of sorts.
Oh, it looks like we found a village up ahead.
What we wanted.
What a lovely wall.
Thanks, you doing all right?
He's just screaming internally. Howard told him scary things.
It is now easily nighttime. It is dark. As you guys have traveled for the better part of the day, approach up to the village as it is surrounded by a wooden palisade. These long, thick, tall trunks of trees that have been sharpened and pointed to spear tips. In the center of the road that that pulls up to this path, the door is shut, and you can see there is a latch to be moved for guards to look over. It is dark out. The moon has now begun to rise in the distance. There's a crash of lightning. Another crash of lightning. The sky darkens as you all begin to feel this small sprinkle of rain. It's cold. What are you all doing? Did you arrive
Pulling
up
my
to
cloak
this
over my
village?
head. I'm getting out of the rain. I'll run to the door.
Howard's gonna go up to the door too and knock.
Leave! Past nightfall. No visitors. Come back in the morning.
Okay, where can we go?
Fuck if I know. We're not in here.
I'll,
So we're not from here. Where is fuck if I know?
Don't piss.
Azoth's gonna lean back and just palm Howard's face. just
There's a latch, and you just see in the dark of the night a weathered, scarred-looking upper part of a human-looking face. Dark, tanned skin, thick and leathered, muddy and dirty. Said, come back in the morning.
I'm gonna stare at him since I'm in the front, and I'm just gonna say, "I am Azoth, Druid of Brine Spell, and we seek sanctuary."
Make a persuasion check, please.
17.
The fuck is Brine Spell? I don't know no Azoth. Are you changed? You cursed, bitten?
None
Not
of the
bitten.
above.
Can I see like past the slot, like behind him, or can I gather like how many people are
Perception,
near there?
please.
Ooh, 21.
You see beyond him a small ramshackle-looking village beginning to beyond the little bits that you can see beyond his visual. You can just see just a little bit. You can see ramshackle-looking houses.
While he is like questioning us and running down his list of afflictions that we may have, I'm going to cast Charm Person on him
Oh,
quietly, just like under like my cloak. If he can only look out this way, I'm just gonna kind of mutter something and cast Charm Person.
Nice. I was gonna say, is it only him too, or is there like other guards nearby?
with that perception, you see standing off to the side. You can just see the body shape of almost a shoulder and the side neck and cheekbone of an individual with their back on the wall on the opposite end. What does he have to roll for you, Azoth?
It's got to be a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's see. Oh, man. All right. He appears to be charmed.
All right, I'm actually going to cast.
A
Hold on.
dazedness to him, to his eyes.
I'm going to cast that as a second level spell, which means the person right next to him is charmed as well.
I'll allow it now. Moving forward.
Oh, beforehand? All right.
Moving forward. Got to do it beforehand. Fair
Got it.
enough.
Okay.
I'll allow it now, though. No worries.
Got it.
Okay. You see the Howard off the corner of your eye, the one that has his back to him, goes, yeah. See how much they have on them. Maybe we can make a quick buck. He leans in and goes, how much you got? It's not free to get in, but it is raining. So
I'll reach back for Remus. I'll make like the money sign, and like for the bag
Uh,
that we just gave you.
yeah, here. I'll just give him the whole bag. I don't
All
need
right.
it.
I'll take the bag and I'll just pour out the coins into my hand in front of the slot,
oh, okay.
just so we can see.
We
Anthony,
have a
you
letter.
A letter? From who?
I'll pull out the letter and I'll stick it in the slot.
You see him pull it out, read it, he goes, go get some light. Go get a torch. He brings a torch over. You see the light, kind of blinding, shines through the little visual latch that he has. Oh, shit. All right. With the letter and with some purchase of passage, I guess we could let you in. I like persuasion checks from everyone as he asks, no one's bitten, right? We don't need an outbreak here.
No one's bit. 15.
I mean, I'll get naked if I have to.
He will. He's done it before. Life of parties.
Persuasion check with advantage from Remus, then.
Yeah.
17 with disadvantage.
How much?
21.
Okay.
17.
7. Good for you. Azoth, what was yours to follow up?
15.
Okay. Remus.
Not 20, so that's a 30 for me.
As you begin to unbutton the top of your one of your leather pieces of armor, he goes, no, that's fair enough, but you cover them up. That's not normal around here, and folks don't really like uncommon features.
Is there a spider on my head? I just look around and ask them what's...
Talking about your horns.
Remus forgets his purple for a
Put your
second.
hood up.
Oh, you're a bit purple too. Yeah, you might want to be a little hidden.
Man, I can't... I was born this way.
I'm sorry.
Me too, I guess. I don't... Can we go inside? It's starting to rain.
And this is what the door begins to open up. Is come on in. Please. Pleasure to meet you. Name is Anton. Anton, one of our guards here. This is Frederick, as he motions over to another similar, bland, featureless-looking guard, gruff-looking face, weathered, worn. You see he's got a scar on his cheek, rusty sword at his hilt. He's tired. He doesn't want to work the fucking night shift. He's annoyed.
These guards wearing red shirts, per se.
Make perception checks. Where are you going with the red shirts?
I know.
I see what you...
I got an 8. When you said he was just like blank and faceless, I was like,
You know,
all right, he's the red shirt.
there is a subtle red to his wardrobe attire that you see.
Awesome.
There is a subtle red to it, and he points over and goes, well, there's not much here, but head over to the tavern. They should be able to get you a room for the night, and then they'll get you to talk to the burgomaster in the morning.
Oh, perfect. Where is the tavern? Which direction?
Down to the town square and kick it right. It'll be right there for you.
Perfect. And then the burgermaster, does he do like regular burgers or medium well?
You best watch your tongue. He'll remove it for you if you find you insulting him.
Oh, okay.
It's
I'll keep that in mind.
good. Make a perception check. As you see the one lean in and kind of start to whisper into his ear. As he goes,
14.
you hear Frederick goes, you idiot, he died yesterday. Oh shit. As he's be on your way.
I look very much
hushed.
forward to having a burger from the burgermaster. And I'll start walking.
All right. And as you guys walk into the village of Barovia, we'll wrap up there to pick up next week, guys. As we welcome you all to the Curse of Strahd campaign. I've been your Dungeon Master, Anthony. I just want to say thank you so much to my players. They're awesome. We've taken the campaign in a new direction. If you have been viewing in, thank you so much. I don't know where we're looking at on the Facebook side, but Twitch we're looking a little lonely, so please, if you're listening to us, the party has just entered Barovia, and I know you guys all want to see what chaotic wonders will come from the Faybala 5 in this cursed land, and what they'll do with its dark overlord. of the count that they'll soon hopefully meet. I've been your Dungeon Master Anthony. I just want to say thank you so much, everyone, tuning in, viewing in. You guys are awesome. But please show the true support. Head on over to Twitch, hit follow podcasters _ or head on over to our Facebook page, pod-casters tabletop gaming, as we do go live on our Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook live Sunday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As players are jumped into the Twitch, they like to interact with all of you, so I hope that you guys could be here for it too. So if you are listening in, please do one big favor for me and head on over and follow and like us. Make sure you do tune in. Hit the notification button so you know when we go live, so you know how you want to spend your Sunday nights. We know who you like to spend your Sunday nights with, and we're more than happy to have you join us. Thank you so much. Please, if you haven't yet, also head on over to our sponsor at DCT Industries. Check them out. Their new game, Kaimon, that will be dropping later this year, as well as there'll be more content from Kaimon coming from Tony and I, as we get to meet with and play with Jeff and run a few sessions of Kaimon ourselves. We're going to get some video content out for all of you so you can see how the game is ran and how much fun it can really be and how actually really quick and efficient it is. Say, that's one thing I've taken from it. It was fun. There were like little 15-minute pocket sessions of like, oh, cool, did a battle. All right, cool. Oop, and the monster's hit points aren't super high. It's fairly average out, so it's a nice quick-paced set game, and I really like it, so can't wait to show you guys how to play it. With that, I'm going to let my players take over. Azoth, you're first, man.
Hey, I'm Mark, and I play Azoth. You can follow him on Twitter at podcastersazoth, or you can follow anything that I am up to on the internet at themark716.
Check him out. Follow Danny.
Hey, I've been Danny Chavez. You can follow Howard on Twitter at podcastersh. Or if you're ever interested, and I like to doodle sometimes, you can go check that out on Facebook and Instagram, Ratfink Arts. It's RATPHINC Arts. Other than that, go spread the word. Go tell everybody about Twitch and Facebook Live, and go have them follow. Go tell them to follow. The more likes we get, the better.
Exactly. Real quick, because Danny is also on our network over at bicbp-radio.com, as well as me. We both are a part of other podcasts. I do a show called Chris and Anthony Just Can't Stop. Please make sure to check it out, as well as the other great shows on the network at bicbp-radio.com. It's a great show, such as History Creeps, so that my co-host Christopher Chavez also is a part of, as well as another fun show that I love to listen to is Wine, Wicked Crimes, and Cat Moms Oh My. I've been jumping into their the 3-parter on, oh my god, what is his name? They've been doing it on, and it has been into they've been going into the two girls, Kat and Courtney, have been talking about, oh my gosh, what is this guy's name? He is creepy and messed up. I'm gonna tell you about.
I'm a couple episodes behind, so spoilers.
Spoilers.
Sure his name's
No, it's Albert Fish. Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
That guy.
Yeah, dude is weird.
Yeah.
These girls they don't have a filter, and they talk about some crazy crimes and serial killers and all that. True crime related content. Check them out. They're awesome. Kat and Courtney are great, as well as they're also cat moms, and they give off some great recommendations for wine, so check them out.
Just because a guy likes to put needles in his testicles doesn't mean he's a crazy dude. It
Oh,
means
so that's what I'm looking at on the Wikipedia page. I see an
I
X-ray of
love
his
that
pelvis.
Mark was just like, oh, that guy.
Okay. Anyway, Ricky, over to you.
I'm Remus. I play Ricky Coates. I'm Ricky Coates. I play Remus on Podcasters. You can follow Remus at Podcasters Remus on Twitter. He tweets some stuff like his reaction to when his dad asks me where those weapons are. You'll see that right now on the Twitter feed. It's a great GIF. But no, you can follow me at Rick_Coates on either Instagram or Twitter as well. I got stuff coming up. It seems like music's starting to come back up in the summer. So I might have some stuff to announce soon-ish, but nothing concrete yet. So here's hoping. And thank you for watching us delve into another universe, which
I'm sorry,
I didn't see
Remus.
it coming. I did not see the mist off of the wagon wheels
transporting us into it. I was like, all right, cool. These are weird sand tires that just make it a road now. I was wrong, everyone. I was wrong. And that's okay. But we hit our cart, so hopefully we can resell it for a great deal and get a minivan. Call it at 555 van.
Zip.
That's it for me.
Tony, thanks.
All right, I'm Tony. You guys can follow Finks on the Twitter at podcastersfinks. Yeah, a lot of burger tweeting going on in the Twitter world. You can follow me on Instagram at Phoenix Forged. Do some miniature painting. I actually had a couple updates this week. I had some time to actually paint, so glad to get that started up again. Check it out.
Too. It's gonna be really excited. I can't wait for you all to see, as I have some terrain that I'm gonna show Tony after we end the stream that I'm gonna be bringing to him to paint, and you guys get to all benefit from that too, as well as the players. So that'll be really exciting. But till then, guys, grab those Ds20s. Make sure you pound and hit that subscribe button, as well as share it. But until next time, frick.
Me too. But I'm gonna